Hello, my name is Deputy Mark Smith.
And I'm Deputy Michelle Lima. We are with the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, and we'd like to take a few minutes to talk to you about safety. Specifically, what to do if an active shooter comes to your school. Over the last couple of years, the term active shooter has become a part of our everyday vocabulary. We practice monthly for these events to make it as familiar as fire drills because, as much as we don't want to believe it, the unfortunate truth is this: it's not about if, it's about when the next school shooting will happen.
The video is intended for you, the students, to partner with us, law enforcement, and teachers to make sure that it doesn't happen here at our schools. The 2017-18 school year was the deadliest school shooting on record. 35 students lost their lives. 17 of the 35 were killed at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, just a few hours south of St. Johns County.
Because of the increase of school shootings across the country, it is important for us to provide you with information on what you can do to stay safe should an active shooter ever come to your school. We want you to be as safe as possible with the knowledge of what to do while law enforcement is coming to help. And we are coming to help.
Please pay attention to this presentation. It may save your life.
The best way to stay safe when your school is in danger is to remain alert. Assess, lockdown, evade, resist, tell. When you remain alert, it makes it very hard for active shooters to find you. We'll get back to that in a moment. It is important to know that when dangerous situations happen at your school, law enforcement is only minutes away and their job is to make your school safe as soon as possible.
When your school is in danger and a lockdown is signaled, it is important to follow directions from your teachers and administrators and to know and follow the always rules. Always listen to the school teacher or administrator. Always try to remain as calm and quiet as possible. It is a natural reaction to be scared or nervous. Taking deep breaths will help you stay calm. If you remain calm and quiet, you will be able to listen and react more effectively. Always stay off your cellular phones and silence them immediately. Do not record the event. Recording events such as an active shooter event while they are still in progress is extremely dangerous because it takes the focus off your survival. 1,000 likes on social media is certainly not worth your life. Always be prepared to be still and quiet for a long period of time. If you're in the hallway or walking around school grounds, always move quickly and quietly to the closest, safest location, following instructions from teachers. Always, quickly and quietly, notify the teacher or administrator in your room of any injury or important information that needs attention. Your school principal or school staff will signal a lockdown if your school is in danger. Each drill done this year will help you understand that process. If the lockdown signal is given, move without delay.
Now, when it comes to how to respond to an active shooter incident, it's best to always be alert. Let's start with assess first. The first thing you want to do is assess your situation. Take a moment, look around your surroundings, and determine your level of contact with the threat. Are you in a classroom or in a hallway? Are you outside or in your car? Your location will determine what your next step will be. Trust your instincts in the situation and use what you have been taught. You may need to make a snap decision based on your assessment.
When your school is in lockdown, it will be placed on lockdown by the principal, assistant principal, or other school personnel. When that lockdown signal is given, move without delay. Lockdowns can occur at your school anytime during the day. Lockdowns are most effective and easy to perform when students are already in the classroom. Lockdowns when students are at lunch, in an assembly, during class exchange, or when you're out walking around the school grounds take more time to execute and can be more complicated, but are still effective. Let's go through the procedures for when you're in and out of the classroom during a lockdown. Lockdown procedures for the classroom. When a lockdown is signaled in your classroom, quickly and quietly move along the strong wall in your classroom and position yourselves together as flat and as close as possible. Fly like Superman. Silence your cell phones and do not attempt to record any of the event. The idea of using a strong wall is to significantly reduce the chance of being struck by random gunfire. Lockdown procedures during a class exchange. When a lockdown is signaled and you're between classes, move quickly and quietly to the nearest classroom, which will likely already have an open door being monitored by a teacher. Enter the classroom and follow the procedures as before. Keep in mind that the closest open room may be behind you. Remove your backpack and place away from the strong wall. If you are unfamiliar with the room you just entered, follow directions from the teacher, as the procedures for each room may be a little different. Lockdown procedures if you're at lunch, a student assembly, or outside school for the start or end of the school day. When a lockdown is signaled and you're not in class or not during a class exchange, follow the directions from the nearest teacher or staff member who will direct you to the nearest predetermined location, which has been identified by your school safety and security team. When you have reached the secure location, follow directions on where to position yourself. Lockdown procedures if outside any structure but still on campus for classes like physical education or photography or science class. When a lockdown is signaled, follow directions from the teacher and follow the always rules as we have discussed to the predetermined safe location. Once in the safe location, follow the teacher's instructions as if you were in the classroom. In some cases, it may be safer for the class to move off campus through gates and fences which connect to a neighborhood or into surrounding woods rather than move back towards the danger. Each school's safety and security team will identify best practices for this response and calculate the benefits of leaving campus. Follow the teacher's instructions. Lockdown procedures when inside a vehicle on school property. If you're inside a vehicle on school property and a lockdown is signaled, stay inside the vehicle and immediately drive off campus to a safe location. If able, call 911 to report the incident and any important information. If you're walking into school from the parking lot and you drive a vehicle and a lockdown is signaled, if you walk or ride a bicycle to school, immediately turn around and leave. Go to a safe location. If able, call 911 to report the incident and provide any other important information.
Now, let's talk about evade. If at all possible, run. Run away from the danger when you are unable to lock down and hide safely. If you believe you have a clear path of escape, act swiftly and confidently. When you run away, don't stop, no matter what you hear or see. Just keep running until you are somewhere safe, away from the threat. This goes for if you find yourself in your car or on your bike or walking to school. If you hear or see something dangerous happening on your campus, turn around and leave immediately and call 911 once you are safe. If you can't evade, resist.
If a decision is made to fight back, fully commit to the action and move quickly. Identify and collect items which can be used as weapons. These items include fire extinguishers, flagpoles, desk chairs, small tables, heavy books, laptops, even broom handles. Attack the gunman with as much courage, energy, and strength you can give. A more direct way of saying this would be, fight like your life depends on it, because it does. Continue to fight until the gunman is no longer able to hurt or kill people. Okay, let's be real for a minute. You just saw a video clip of students attacking a man with a gun trying to enter their room using a stool, a milk crate, a fire extinguisher, and a heavy book. Now, some of you might think that's absolutely ridiculous. Some of you may even laugh. However, if this was reality and a man was coming in with a gun in the classroom that you were in and you couldn't run or you couldn't hide, what else are you going to do? The ideology behind this is do something. Fight back, defend yourself. You know why? Because your life really depends on it.
Once it is safe to do so, tell. As soon as it is safe to do so, call or text 911. Give as much detail as you can, as well as your location within the school. Tell the operator if there is someone nearby injured and needs assistance as well. Do not record the incident or take any photos. If you make the decision to leave the campus, let others know that you are safe and that something suspicious is happening. Give them details on what is going on and where the danger is. Remember, be as descriptive as possible.
Evacuation. Though the average time frame of an active shooter incident is only 12 minutes, the overall event will likely span several hours. Once the shooter has been stopped or captured, law enforcement will begin the process of securing the location, assisting the wounded, searching for other suspects, and ensuring that the building is safe. Once the location has been searched and deemed safe, the evacuation will proceed. Law enforcement will have command and control over the evacuation process. Follow instructions given by all law enforcement officers. During the evacuation, keep your arms up and your hands open when moving during an evacuation. Do not have anything in your hands. The use of cellular phones are prohibited during an evacuation. All property, such as backpacks, lunchboxes, gym bags, and other carryable containers, will be left behind. Nothing will be carried to the evacuation point. In addition, no vehicles will be allowed to be removed from the scene without law enforcement approval. Law enforcement will escort evacuees to each location during evacuation. Each evacuee will be searched, debriefed, and treated for injuries prior to being transported and reunited with parents or guardians.
Every student has a role in ensuring their school is safe. Threats towards students or the school, whether it's made verbally or via social media, should immediately be reported to law enforcement, a school counselor, or a teacher. You could save the lives of your friends, fellow classmates, and teachers if you share any information on dangerous situations that could threaten the safety of your school. If you see something, say something. If you hear something, say something. How would you feel if you knew information about a dangerous situation and didn't say anything about it to an adult for fear of being labeled or being wrong? It's better to know and be prepared than to not know and be caught off guard. If you are afraid you might get in trouble, we are here to calm your fears. This is the one time you won't be reprimanded for saying something wrong to law enforcement or your teacher. It's okay if what you tell us turns out to be incorrect. As the old saying goes, it's better to be safe than sorry. Fortify Florida. One of the ways teachers and students can alert law enforcement to potentially dangerous situations is through the Fortify Florida app. This app was made as a requirement in Senate Bill 7026 and is available for both Apple and Android devices. Fortify Florida allows students and others to anonymously report unsafe and potentially dangerous, violent, or criminal activities, or the threat of these activities, to the appropriate law enforcement agencies and school officials just by using an electronic smart device. The tip is sent to law enforcement and school officials instantly. No matter what time it is or what day it is, members of the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office and school administration receive these tips on their phones as a push alert as soon as the tip is sent. Every school, both private and public in St. Johns County, is listed in this app. Please note, this app is for immediate threats or concerns only. This is not the place to report issues that are not life-threatening or a threat to school safety. If you knowingly report a false tip, there are consequences. If you do have an issue with a student, please speak to your youth resource deputy or school counselor in person. We want to reiterate the importance of being aware of those around you. Even if you are not sure if something is wrong, it's better to have said something than keep quiet and know you could have stopped an incident from happening. We hope you learned a few new things during this video today that will give you some guidance on what to do if you are ever caught in a dangerous situation at your school.
The men and women of the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, along with everyone at the school, have your safety and everybody else's safety in mind. As a matter of fact, it's our #1 priority.
We hope the information we provided is useful, and we hope you never have to use it. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a fantastic year.